Hello guys, my dear listeners, students. We continue GUI apps with the Python. Today's lesson is basically what you see. Wonderful old-fashioned radio. So you see how we used to control those old devices. We used to have radio buttons. That's what we are going to cover today. Radio buttons are to group many choices, mutually exclusive choices, and whenever you push one button, the other button pops up automatically. So that's why the name, radio buttons. Only one button in a group can be active. We keep using the same idea, color mixer, but now we are going to a little bit reposition the actual mixer. So it used to be at the top. Now it's on the left. It's a label. Let me remind you. Color mixer, it's a label. I just changed the background color of the label. And we position 3 radio groups. You see, I have 3 radio groups, but each radio group has 3 radio buttons. How did I achieve this layout? By using frames. So frames are simple and at the same time quite powerful. So I created 3 frames. I push 4 widgets in each frame, label, 3 radio buttons, and I did it vertically. So the layout in each frame is vertical, however, the main layout is horizontal. Remember, if you use pack method with parameter side, you place your widgets horizontally. So now I can, if you remember the previous app with the check buttons, we could produce 8 different colors by combining check marks for 3 essential colors, but here I may have for each color component no color, weak color, and strong color. Now, no color is 0, weak is 127, strong is 255. Which means now I can get more colors. If you multiply 3 by 3 by 3, you see now you can produce, using this app, 27 different colors. Good. How to instantiate? Any widget has to be instantiated and then added to the screen using pack method. So when I instantiate a button, I need a master, window or frame my radio button belongs to. I need a text for my radio button. I need the event handler command parameter. I need the variable. So whenever I check or uncheck radio buttons, that variable going to change automatically. So variable is going to be synchronized. Sometimes I call those associated variables shadows. They follow the widget state automatically. They shadow the state of the widget. And an interesting parameter we didn't have it with the check buttons, value. So for each radio button, I can define the value. So then what happens if the user click that radio button, my variable becomes that value. By the way, you may ask how you group radio buttons, how system knows they work together. You group them by providing the same associated variable. So if for, let's say, 3 buttons, associated variable is the same, that means they work together as a group. Okay, now my form is a mixer of course label. Remember, we use composition when we create our new class form. We insert existing objects into our class. It's called composition. So I have a label to mix the colors. I have a associated variable red. It's going to change 0, 127 or 25. So the red variable going to have 3 possible values. Of course, I need a frame to combine red stuff. I call it FRM red. And I need a text red. And I need 3 buttons. So my frame going to basically have 4 widgets. And I'm using in my programming style, which is basically my personal choice, Hungarian notation, but again, it just seems logical to me, so I put prefixes before the objects, so you can see by the looking at the variable name what class it belongs to. So LBL, it's a label, FRM, it's a frame, RBT, it's a radio button. So by basically providing prefixes for my class members, I can save on the names. Look, basically I am reusing the same name 3 times. Red, it's an integer variable. Red is a frame, and red is the title of the radio groups. So the same for the green, the same for the blue. I don't think I have to repeat, so I'm just showing you my class members or instance variables, and my class going to have 2 methods, constructor, init, and the event handler. I call it on button click. Whenever user clicks any of those 9 buttons, I have a function, a method to react on those clicks. Nice. Let's be more concrete now, so we can check the actual coding. By the way, my main script still the same. It's not really, I adjust a little bit sometimes the sizes, but technically speaking, nothing throughout the course, nothing happens to my main script. It's just basic stuff, because the actual stuff happens here in the constructor and inside the event handlers. Okay, let's review the class. So I built a label where I'm going to mix the colors, And look how I position it. I position it horizontally, not vertically. Vertical placement is the default placement. But if you want it horizontal, you provide side parameter. Now, associated variables supposed to be initialized, so you have to get it first. You have to call special function to get the shadow variable. I set it to 0 because at the beginning of my program everything is black, so all the colors are 0. So that's why I set it up. And pay attention, we don't use assignment, we use method to change associated variable. Review in my OOP course encapsulation topic, when we access data through special methods. Then I create a frame to combine 4 widgets. Then I push it again horizontally. Then I have 4 widgets, label, 3 buttons. Now they are positioned vertically. I'm using just pack. And now look how I instantiate the radio buttons. Of course, I need to connect all of them to the same associated variable. That's how I group them. But I also provide values. So whenever this button is pressed, automatically variable becomes 0. If this button is pressed, the variable self-read becomes 127. So that's how you program radio buttons. You group them by providing the same variable name, and you provide the values, so later on you can easily process them. So I encourage everyone to type the coding, to try it, get your hands dirty, please. It's absolutely preferable way to learn programming, by typing. And that's why I'm scrolling slowly, so you can stop the video, you can type it. By the way, when I instantiate the buttons, I also select the top one. So I apply special method select to activate the button with no color. When the program starts, when the color is black, obviously all top radio buttons supposed to be active. Select method is the one I apply. So you see here the green group, pretty much the same. You see here the blue group, and event handler, very simple, because basically the job is done through the associated variables, through those shadow variables, everything is done. So whenever my user clicks any of those buttons, I can right away understand the value of the red color, the value of the green color, the amount of the blue color, and I can mix it using format method. Format method, it's very popular method in order to build or assemble strings, and it comes from printf, our old friend. Printf method was invented in C language. So, okay, let me run it. And here we are. You see at the beginning the color is black. The amount of the red, green and blue is none. But whenever I change my radio buttons, you see I can create now much more colors than in the previous app. 27 colors, and you see 3 radio groups. They work together. Whenever you push one, the other one in the radio group pops up. Thank you for watching, guys. Support the channel by your subscriptions, your likes, and your comments. All the best. Next lesson going to be list. We are going to try to create, let's say, longer list of choices, because radio buttons kind of limited. Obviously, it's good for, let's say, 3, 5, 6, 7 choices. But if you have 100 choices, 1,000 choices, obviously you need something else. And in TK interlibrary, we call this widget list box, and we cover it tomorrow. Take care, all the best. Keep programming, please. Keep programming, keep writing code. Bye bye.